I'm grateful that you kept me company this far. So from here on, I'll do it alone. Don't get me wrong. At least I'm one of the 7 shrews. Do you remember how it felt the first time you crossed the street alone? To me, the fear of having to be cautious and scared is no less than walking a tightrope between 2 cliffs. Fortunately, it's different now. You're crossing the street with me. Thank you for your weird analogy. Making strange jokes is also one of my specialties. Since this is what you both want, please close your eyes and let your thought accompany me. Only then can I lead you to where they're located within the books. Books? They are our avatars, representing each of the united individuals, and also the fairy that will eventually accompany Lady Ch2-Ph1-Pt6 to paradise. So, every book in the library is... Let's not dwell on it too much. Anyway, let's go. As you wish. You close your eyes, letting your thoughts sink deeper until they were completely immersed in the vast consciousness called Ch2-Ph1-Pt6. This place was damp and warm, permeated with a comforting aroma. As the fragrance permeated your thoughts, you became aware of the consciousness contained within it. He, she, and they all eagerly showed you everything: thoughts, emotions, memories, secrets, treasures that were difficult for ordinary people to reveal and were considered mundane by the united consciousness. Out of courtesy, you share something of equal significance with the friends you just met. Despite its mysterious origins, they still express their full understanding and acceptance of you. It was hard to believe that you just met. Come, let's go deeper. You accepted the invitation and started delving deeper. On this new journey, you encountered many barriers, but whether they were lies, jealousy, or disputes, they were nothing more than fragile membranes that broke upon being touched. Their purpose was simply to make you understand that the thorns that were impossible to avoid in the ordinary world were just insignificant weeds here. Delve deeper, deeper. From distant embers, embraced body in the depth of the dark wilderness, she understood more about the Ch2-Ph1-Pt6 finally reached lovely shore, the promised land of love. Hey, we agreed to cross the street together, didn't we? Why are you diving by yourself? Thankfully, you still recognize me, or else I might have been dragged in as well. Sorry, I was careless. I'm just glad you're okay. I don't mean to interrupt you, but right now, you're still thinking. To ensure you can navigate through different books, please hurry and don't get trapped in one place. Okay. Entropy Songque, I knew you'd come. Well, we didn't want to see you turn into a babbling wisp, so here we are. Thank you for your concern, but It's okay, just say what's on your mind. Okay, how should I put this? It'll take at least several decades to become what you call a wisp, which is like humans gradually aging and forgetting the past. Also, even if I reach that stage, becoming a wisp unbound by the constraints of an aging body might not be a bad thing. No way, does she really think that way? Helia must be influenced by Ch2-Ph1-P's power. She would never say such things before. Don't look so worried. It's really nice here. See? As she spoke, Helia conjured up a transparent glass sphere with numerous numbers floating inside it. In this fantasy story, any effort can be transformed into tangible numbers. As an adventurer, I can clearly see the changes brought about by every swing of the sword and every journey. But in the outside world, I can only wait silently before the change occurs, not knowing when it will happen and unsure of how far I am from others. More importantly, this is just one of the vast collection in the library. Because I'm united with everyone, I can get into another book at any time, and no one would be angry with me for intruding into their lives. Here, we're one. But the books in the library will eventually all be read. On this scale, the happier you are now, the more likely the future will be empty. That day will still be far away. Do you fret every day about your mortality? No, even an immortal can die in an accident after all. Why are you suddenly saying this? But what I'm really curious about is, since humans are bound to die, what's the point of becoming stronger? Wait, Entropy, why are you suddenly... Even if you become the strongest in the world, so what? Once your eyes close, there will be nothing anyway. Also, you're living in such a safe place right now, no one needs your protection. But you still want to be an adventurer. Isn't that foolish? Why are humans from Earth so foolish? Entropy, you think Lantern rescued Scudder by... I'm sorry, you've lingered here for too long. I need to... Okay, alright, let me say something my way. Helia, you said you're an alien, right? Don't forget you're an experienced Valkyrie, an A rank. Guide, I haven't finished talking just yet. I've actually given you half a sentence worth of time more. Or are you willing to pay the price of staying inside to finish that sentence? Alright, fine. Anyway, I think Crazy must be here. But it feels like the atmosphere isn't much different from Axia. Why would Crazy be attracted to this place? Yeah, why? Long time no see. Probably not that long actually. Every word you've said is still echoing here even now. Crazy pointed to her head. Quite magical, but a bit noisy. If it's too noisy for you, how about you leave with us? Not yet. This is the 19th book I've entered, and the consciousness of the 19th person. When I've entered the 1st and the 14th books, I've noticed something strange and shadow-like. We've seen them in the shallow consciousness too. Based on my current observations, they don't share themselves, nor do they accept others. They are completely different from the other consciousnesses here, yet they're still accepted by Sarapam. They even have the freedom to travel through various illusions. They may have established a special connection with Sarapam. Wait a minute, do you mean? Yes, I want to use them to directly contact the slumbering Sarapam and wake her up. Of course, if we can also figure out the play structure or origin, the relationship between the shadows and the source matter, and the source of Shu's power, that's too many things. I know what you're worried about. I'll make good use of the time and find the answer before our consciousnesses converge. You don't need to resort to the same tactics you did with Hadia. What now, Entropy? She heard us. I got it. So, Songque, the most powerful among the 7 Shus must be the Sarapam, right? Parady said there's knowledge about everything here. It must be much stronger than your master's box of memories and time, right? Oh wow, I can tell what you're thinking right now, nerd. This is ridiculous. So ridiculous that I can't stand another word coming out of your mouth. Sanhao has a remarkable library, but it definitely can be compared to my master's collection. Look, although we're all Shus, there are many differences between us. Didn't you see the gap between me and perception? The gap between Sarapam and my master is even greater. Instead of desperately searching within Sarapam, it's better to wake up my master and talk to him. As the leader and the strongest of the 7 Shus, you should prioritize him. Lantern went deep here and rescue Scudder, right? If it were my master, there wouldn't be a need for him to take action personally. Sarapam would obediently spit out whoever. So stop whatever you're doing. If Lantern refuses to listen, we can go and wake up my master. Without any warning, the two of them started plummeting again. When they regained their footing, the scene before them gave them a strange sense of déjà vu. It was as if all their previous experiences were nothing but a dream within dreams. Why are we back here? I'm just glad you're back. But the guide is gone, and the other consciousnesses. Sana, wake up. You came for me. We can't just leave you in a place like this, can we? Entropy briefed Sanadina about everything that happened shortly before. Sounds like I caused you a lot of trouble. When I got sucked in earlier, I thought, since I'm already here, why not find the owner of this place and have a chat with her? I have to make something out of this, right? I didn't mean to let you take so much risk outside. Haley and Kareli were even affected mentally. Well, it's technically not your fault. So did you find her? Maybe yes, maybe no. The deeper I delved into her consciousness, the heavier my head felt. Can I ask you a question? Sure, Sana. Why do you not seem as happy as the consciousness you've united? And why do you seem a bit lonely? Sana, are these your feelings? Yeah? I don't know how to answer. In my view, so long as we act in line with everyone's desires, we'll feel happy and loved. Meanwhile, because I'm constantly united with everyone, I also receive the same things. So the procedure that Guy repeatedly mentioned doesn't stem from your personal desires, but rather the consensus. Sounds like entropy doesn't quite agree with this approach either. I'm not smart. I only know how to live with everyone through reading. Bees come together to form a hive. Grains of sand come together to form the earth. The knowledge coming together brings us closer to happiness, closer to truth, and closer to love. That's quite incredible. Anyway, thank you for your answer. You're welcome, Sana. To be able to receive love in the outside world, you must be much happier than me. Then I opened my eyes and saw you. If we think along those lines, could the library we're in be a book that represents Ch2-Ph1 herself? That makes sense, but... Honestly, I'm curious. While Haley and Kareli were both affected to some extent, why do you appear so casual and unaffected? Maybe I'm just gifted. But I'm not as impressive as Entropy, who can come and go without being affected at all. And I'm quite content with my life the way it is. I don't need Miss Ch2-Ph1 to offer me anything. Okay, I'm not joking. The people here are very friendly, and staying here makes me happy. But I can't tell where the friendliness and happiness come from. They're like flowers without roots. Although they form a beautiful garden, they can't even withstand a light breeze. I think that's why Ch2-Ph1 collects them with her consciousness. Perhaps she's protecting those souls in her own way. That sounds like something she would do. It's just a shame that we were dragged away by the guide before we could finish our conversations. I wonder if Haley and Kareli can break free from the influence of the Union by themselves. Even if this goes smoothly, whether the guide will release them as promised is also uncertain. Didn't expect you to be so unconfident about our bond, Entropy. Care to make a bet with me? I bet everyone will safely get out of here. Then... Fight the evil side by side. Unable to unite, it's time to destroy. Wow, show our true strength. Lantern, what we're doing today, don't dwell on it tomorrow, okay? Oh no, normal attacks don't seem to affect her at all. What kind of dirty tactic is this? You're awake. Lantern, please, stop now, okay? I didn't expect you would play for someone as soon as you wake up. Lantern, they're friends from afar. If you continue like this, someone will get hurt. I don't want to see anyone in pain. I see.
我明白了。丹姐。是。
While the outcome of the combat remained uncertain, it appeared to be the best result for Entropy and her companions. Faced with the sudden appearance of the Shrew of Union, the gratitude of having a narrow escape was all that remained in one's heart.
萨拉妹妹，
Saha,
你可
you're
真
like
是
my
弹得及
savior.
时雨。松雀姐姐，
Why are you hugging
你为
me?
什么突然抱上来？
Sorry, I got a bit carried
一时激
away.
动了。
I'm also excited to see you and Lantern again.
很激动。
Actually,
这里
we have another
其实还
acquaintance
有一位
here.
咱们的旧识哦。
Ajita.
阿杰塔姐姐。 虽然不想
I'm actually at best 1/5
但我
of
充其量只是阿
Ajita,
杰塔
so
的
calling
1/5
me perception is more
在这种
appropriate.
情况下，你还是叫我绝比较合适。
Oh,
果然
I
是这
see.
样吗？我明白了。
Sure, perception.
雪
Well, the old friends have been reunited. Now that you're fully awake, it's time to properly introduce our new
毕
friends
竟
from
我之前还不
Langqiu.
太清醒吧。松雀姐姐，
You don't have powers like mine, but you still manage to unite so many people. That's really
真是
impressive.
了不起。在交
When
友
it
这方
comes to
面，
making
咱
friends,
确实
I do
颇
have
有
some
门道。
skills, but your way of
如果你这
describing
描述
it,
方式，
forget it. You'll understand this when you're older.
等你长大之后，自会明白各种道理。总之，
Anyway, Saha, I'm more interested in knowing if there are any other solution for Axia's predicament.
色拉，你还有没有别的法子？
Actually, I was constantly thinking about that when sleeping, but I could only come to one conclusion.
都只能得出一个结论，而这个结
And the
论
conclusion wasn't agreed upon by everyone here,
即使我已经
even
为
though
大
I've
家
lifted the
解
curse
去
of
了
the
流
10
落石
faces
像
of
的诅
misery
咒
for everyone.
是
You
指
mean we won't see hallucinations of 10 faces of misery again?
这是结合知
That's
识
the
的方
ability
程。
of Shrew of
如果你
Union.
在外
If
被
you're
石
cursed
像
by the
诅
10
咒，
faces of
只要
misery
回到这
outside,
里与
just
它重
return
新结
here or
合，
unite with
就可
her,
以洗净
and
自身，
naturally you'll be
平安
cleansed
无
and
事。
safe.
只是
However, to
如果要
ensure
保
it
证
stays
永
that
远如
way,
此，
everyone
大
must
家也
remain
必须永
united
远
with
和
me
我结合在
forever.
一起。
In
这
that
样
case, we'll
看，
probably have to resort to the old
咱们恐
method.
怕还是只能用老办法了。同意。
Agreed.
你们
Do you want to gather the 7
想要
shoots
记住在
again
此
to
之
replicate
前
the feat of
出
separating
现
the
100年
world a
前翻动
century
世界的
ago?
伟业。哇，不愧
Very
是克拉里
smart,
好聪明
really.
啊！
Sorry,
不好
I
意思
got it wrong.
我好像搞错了。
Yes,
那
that
件
was
事
resolved
很多
many
年
years
前就
ago.
解决了，
It's unrelated to
和
our
大家
current
的现状
situation.
没有关系。只是这
But
样
looking at
看
it this
来，
way,
松雀
if
姐
we really
姐，
want to gather the
如果
shadows
真的要
spreading
将
to
扩散
Axia
之后
back
下
to
的影
Langqiu,
子再
all
次
of
收
us
纳为
must be
冷兽，
present.
我们所有人都必须到场。但
However, it's
为
nothing.
什么大家
Everyone
确
needs
实
to
要
work
经
hard
历
to
唤醒
awaken the
其余的
remaining
树才
truths.
行？
Meanwhile, in the falsehood island, heavy chains crisscrossed, tethering the breath of the one who's bound. As Zahapam awakened, another chain snapped. Now the chains were only sustained by the last two aslumber. Lantern, did you fail to catch in the end? Or... Well, fortune and misfortune are intertwined, and destiny is unpredictable.
天命非易。
Let's
就让我
witness.
们
Each
是
other's
彼此的命运
destinies.
吧。
See, you can no
你已经
longer
控制不
control
住
your
我的
own
恐惧
fear.
了。
I'll give you one
最后
last
给你一次
chance.
机会，
Submit to me
臣服于我吧。
and join the
然后
others here
随
to
诸君一
celebrate
起
my name.
欢送我的名字。虽然我的习惯好像更差，但为了避免人设重复，你更应该去休息了。
The banquet. Hey, listen up. There's some serious exclusive rumors. One-time deal, okay? I'm only spilling the beans because you're treating tonight, got it? The young man said, tapping his glass on the table. He usually didn't do well on the bar's card game, so winning big like he did today was a rare stroke of luck. Riding on the buzz of alcohol and victory, the conversation started to flow. Oh, and the one more thing, keep it on down low. No spreading the word, got it? The unlucky loser at the card table nodded eagerly. Huh, as long as you know the deal. So, let me tell you about how I got invited to the Frenzy Feast. Yeah, you heard right. The famous Frenzy Feast hosted by none other than Lady Selima Nutriscu herself, the head of the Nutriscu family. Lady Selima, huh? What kind of title is that? Like you're on a first-name basis with her. Invited guest? Or maybe her subjugation? Might get away with it. Us common folks, nowhere we're calling her by name. Me? Oh, yeah. Of course I was invited too. Don't doubt me, buddy. I've got a bit of reputation in these parts. Getting off track. Anyway, only those approved by Lady Selima herself get the invite to enter the masked corridor and join the feast. The specific criteria? Well, it's all about whether you have that noble qualification. How's that judged? Well, that's up to the lady, and nobody's really clear on that. The frenzy feast takes place deep within the corridor, and just like the maze-like layout of those halls, once you're in the feast, without the host's permission, you can't reach the end. Day or night, rain or shine, the party never stops. At the feast, there's an endless array of delicacies from land and sea, you name it, they've got it. And on the dance floor, you'll find the most elegant dancers in the most luxurious attire, mostly designed by Lady herself. But of course, compared to the true pleasure prepared by Lady Selima, all of that pales in comparison. It's said that every night she prepares entertainment which is fresh, thrilling, and utterly unheard of for her guests. Huh? Why do I sound like I'm reciting from a textbook? Well, that's just because the memory is so vivid. I mean, I've seen it with my own eyes. Can't argue with that, can you? In the end, all of that isn't the key to the frenzy feast. The pleasures offered by Lady Selima are beyond what ordinary folks can handle. Even so, everyone scrambles for an invitation to the masked corridor because guests at the frenzy feast are protected by the shoe of pleasure, shielded from the shadow calamity. Yeah, with 10 faces of misery wreaking havoc everywhere else, not a single incident has occurred in the masked corridor. Just raise a glass to Lady Selima, praise her name, immerse yourself in her revelry, and fear won't find you anymore. Alas, if only I could get a chance to join. Oh wait, I did. I mean, if only I can go again. What? You say you have a connection? How's that possible? You're just a little girl. Really, you do? For real? Well, of course. I don't just make things up out of thin air. The raggedy-dressed girl finally flashed a merchant-like grin. After all, I'm sort of an old acquaintance of Lady Selima. If you want to know those connections, next round. No, next month dinner. You'll do the treat, right?